Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Flash, the channel where we cut through the polished dealership talk, skip the marketing rehearsals, and bring you the raw, unfiltered truth about the cars you actually care about. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss a review. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the 2026 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, a compact SUV that has been slowly but surely carving its space in a market dominated by heavy hitters like the Honda CR-V, Toyota RAV4, and Hyundai Tucson. Mitsubishi is betting on bold styling, practicality, and value pricing to lure in customers, and the 2026 refresh adds more tech and refinement than before. But the big question is, does it do enough to really stand out in this crowded segment? Let's find out. Exterior. Starting with the exterior, the 2026 Eclipse Cross is still one of the most distinctive-looking SUVs in its class. At the front, Mitsubishi has refined its dynamic shield design, which gives it a sharper, more futuristic appearance. The grille is wider and more sculpted, finished in gloss black with chrome accents that make the nose look more upscale than before. The LED headlights are slimmer, stretching further into the fenders, while the LED daytime running lights are now shaped more aggressively, giving the car a sportier edge. Down below, the bumper has been reworked with larger air intakes and a skid plate-style design that hints at ruggedness. Even though this is still primarily a city-friendly SUV, it's not overdone like some of the more polarizing designs we've seen in recent years. Instead, it feels like Mitsubishi has finally found a nice balance between sporty and premium. Move along the side, and the coupe-inspired silhouette of the Eclipse Cross continues to stand out. Mitsubishi has leaned heavily into that sloping roofline to make the SUV look sleeker than the typical boxy competition. The 2026 model now comes with sharper body lines running across the doors, giving it a more dynamic stance. Wheel sizes range from 17 inches on the base trims up to 19 inches on the higher trims, and the new alloy designs really help modernize the profile. Chrome window surrounds and a floating roof effect add a touch of elegance, while the slightly raised ground clearance ensures it still looks capable enough for light adventure. One thing I really appreciate is that even with the coupe-like styling, Mitsubishi has done a good job of maintaining decent rear headroom, something that some sloping roof SUVs sacrifice too much on. Swing around to the back, and this is where the Eclipse Cross really separates itself from the pack. Previous models had a controversial split-glass rear hatch, but Mitsubishi listened to customer feedback and moved toward a cleaner single-pane design a couple of years ago. The 2026 update refines that further with sleeker LED taillights that stretch horizontally, giving the rear a wider, more planted look. The bumper now incorporates more body color elements with black cladding along the lower section, and depending on trim, you can get silver or gloss black accents that add a bit of flair. Dual exhaust outlets on the higher trims bring a touch of sportiness, though the sound doesn't quite match the look, but we'll get to performance in a bit. Overall, the rear design now feels more cohesive and upmarket, shedding some of the quirky vibes of older Eclipse Cross models. Interior. Step inside, and the Eclipse Cross greets you with an interior that is a noticeable step up from what Mitsubishi used to offer. While it doesn't reach the premium heights of a Mazda CX-5 or Volkswagen Tiguan, it's now solidly competitive with the mainstream players. The dashboard design is clean and modern, with a horizontal layout that makes the cabin feel wider. The 2026 model comes with the standard 10.3-inch touchscreen that finally supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and Mitsubishi has improved the graphics and responsiveness of the system. There's also a fully digital 12.3-inch driver's display available on higher trims, which gives the cockpit a more high-tech vibe. The physical climate controls are still there, thankfully, making it easy to adjust temperature without digging through menus. Material quality has been improved as well. Soft touch plastics cover most of the touch points, and depending on trim, you can get leather upholstery with contrast stitching that adds a premium feel. The front seats are supportive and comfortable even for long drives, and Mitsubishi has finally added ventilated seat options alongside heating in the top trims. Rear passenger space is decent, with plenty of legroom for a compact SUV. The sloping roofline does cut into headroom slightly for taller passengers, but it's not as dramatic as some coupe SUV rivals. Cargo space is competitive, though not class-leading, offering enough room for a couple of large suitcases or a week's worth of groceries. If practicality is your number one priority, there are better options, but for most families, this strikes a nice balance between style and usability. Performance under the hood. The 2026 Eclipse Cross sticks with Mitsubishi's proven 1.5-liter turbocharged four-cylinder engine, delivering around 152 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. Power is sent through a continuously variable transmission, which isn't the most engaging gearbox but has been refined to feel smoother and more responsive than in past years. Mitsubishi's Super All-Wheel Control System is available, and it remains one of the most confidence-inspiring AWD setups in this class, especially in slippery conditions. On the road, the Eclipse Cross feels composed and comfortable. It's tuned more for daily commuting and family use than spirited driving, but the turbocharged engine provides enough punch for city and highway merging. Fuel economy is respectable as well, with EPA estimates in the mid-20s in the city and low 30s on the highway, making it competitive with segment rivals. For those looking for greener options, Mitsubishi has hinted at expanding its plug-in hybrid offerings, though as of the 2026 release, the Eclipse Cross FEV hasn't officially launched in all markets. That's something worth keeping an eye on, especially given Mitsubishi's success with the Outlander FEV. As it stands, the standard Eclipse Cross offers a good mix of efficiency and capability, even if it doesn't blow you away with raw performance. Safety is another strong point for the Eclipse Cross. All trims now come standard with Mitsubishi's full suite of driver assistance features, including adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, lane keeping assist, forward collision mitigation with pedestrian detection, and blind spot monitoring. Higher trims add a surround view camera and traffic sign recognition, making it a much more reassuring choice for families. When it comes to pricing, Mitsubishi has kept things competitive, which is one of its biggest strengths. The base S trim starts at around $27,000, making it one of the more affordable entries in the compact SUV space. Mid-level trims like the LEP and SE add more technology and comfort features, ranging between $29,000 and $32,000. The top-of-the-line self-touring trim pushes closer to $36,000 when fully loaded, still undercutting many rivals with similar equipment. Factor in Mitsubishi's strong warranty coverage at 10 years or 100,000 miles for the powertrain, and the Eclipse Cross becomes a solid value proposition, especially for buyers who prioritize peace of mind. So, what's the verdict? The 2026 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross is not the most powerful, nor the most luxurious SUV in its class, but it strikes a unique balance of style, comfort, technology, and affordability. Mitsubishi has ironed out some of the quirks that held earlier versions back, and the result is a vehicle that feels more cohesive and appealing. If you want something that looks sportier than the average small SUV, comes loaded with safety features, and doesn't break the bank, this is definitely worth considering. It may not dethrone the segment leaders, but it finally feels like Mitsubishi has found its stride in the compact crossover game. That's going to wrap up today's review on Car Flash. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments, would you pick the Eclipse Cross over a CR-V or RAV4, or do you think Mitsubishi still has some catching up to do? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.